You already know what my victory lap is this week, ladies and gentlemen. It is the fact that I absolutely decimated Jazz in the Fantasy Football Bros League the podcast league here, and I only had one player on my team that did not score a touchdown, and that was Michael Thomas. But Dak Prescott was on fire, probably one of the top quarterbacks of the week. CeeDee Lamb was definitely the top receiver of the league for the week. Alvin Kamara kept it rolling, scored a touchdown finally. Just a 50-yard bomb not a bomb, but a catch and run to Breece Hall. It was just a great day for fantasy, and I'm so happy that I don't have to hear all I do is win today. So my victory lap goes out to the absolute annihilation that happened. Almost put up 200 points.
And he did. He put up a $190, and I still put up a good
95.
game too. I was about
you did put up a fight, yeah. I mean, you had
50.
great. Yeah, 150 is a great score,
but
it's not going to beat 195.
But literally, it was like 10 minutes into the first quarter, and I'm like, okay, Adam, how many points are you going to score today, bud?
Unlimited.
That's just what it felt like.
That's about it.
And I can.
Yeah, it was all 1 o'clock games that happened, and I got a text from Chaz that said, "Enough."
Yeah, please enough. But the thing is I mentioned this last week. Adam and I have very similar teams in separate leagues, so I had a lot of those same players in another league. So I'm sitting here watching, like, yeah, boo, because everything
that's the downfall of fantasy football. You have multiple guys in different leagues, and you're just rooting for everybody. And no, I don't want to play against this guy.
In my big money league, same thing. I started Prescott, Lamb, Breece Hall, and I'm just like, fuck. Sweet at the same time. So it's a good victory lap. You well earned. I did deserve it. Well earned. Dave, what are you taking victory laps on?
We'll make this quick because I got to number one. I gotta throw the victory lap out to the one and only. Don't you do
Is he
that
back?
part,
Is he back with Will Levis?
Wait for it.
Let's throw the victory lap out to the one and only DeAndre Hopkins, 128 yards, 3 TDs. I said it all along. Just throw it up to the dude. Put it within 4 feet of this guy, and he is going to catch the ball and score touchdowns. And I feel like Will Levis figured that out, or just doesn't care enough about his stats to care if he throws an interception. He's just going to huck it. So let's hope that DeAndre is back.
Totally agree. Before you get to your second one, I think the most impressive part of that is they were all deep balls. All 3 of his touchdowns were all deep down the field, and it was awesome. And I'm so happy that Vrabel made the right choice to go with Will Levis this week, tomorrow night or tonight, whenever this is going to come out, against the Steelers this week. I'm excited to see this kid play again, and I hope he could do that again.
The rebirth of DeAndre Hopkins.
Could be. I know I was
back, baby. He's back. Let's get him rolling again.
That he's been benched in my league that I have him, and I think Jay
was on my bench last week.
Yeah, he was benched.
I will say, yeah, he's my victory lap, but he scored 40 points on my bench. So,
well, you get one of these then. We all had him on the bench, and it wasn't a bad call to put him on the bench either. So
yeah. So, and real quick, just real quick, number 2, I want to throw out a victory lap to both myself and my brother, who had possibly one of the greatest fantasy matchups that our league has ever had. We ended up with a matchup where we scored close to 350 points, and in my league, that's absolutely insane.
That's half point PPR.
Yeah, it's half point PPR league.
That's a half point PPR.
Half point PPR league. I won the matchup 173 to 154. I had Tua, AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Austin Eckler, and George Kittle, and he had Jalen Hurts, Alvin Kamara, Laporta, Gibbs, a whole bunch of. So that matchup was just insane. So quick shout out to you, buddy. Sorry I took the matchup, but what a matchup. That was sick.
He's only a little sorry.
Yeah, I'm only a little sorry, but yeah, sick matchup. So
that's
nice.
And that's the league, man. That is the league that I started off 4-0, and then everybody got fucking sniped out, and I'm 4-4 now. Absolutely ridiculous. I need all 4 of my guys to come off of IR sometime, please.
I will say though, that league is the closest league that I'm a part of right now. I think the top 1 and 11 spots are separated by 2 games. which is absolutely insane that we're all kind of sitting there around 500. It's a crazy league.
That's pretty much the Fantasy Football Bros League too, I believe. I'm checking on the stats right now, but like the Fantasy Football Bros League, the guy that's in first place is 5-3. The guy that's in 11th place is 3-5.
Yeah.
So like it is just
it's tight, man. It could be anybody's league, really.
so from 1 to 8 is 5-3 and 4-4.
Yeah.
So that's ridiculous how that league is. And hey, well, since Dave mentioned it, we'll bring it up real quick. I know we don't like to spend time on other leagues, but since he brought it up, let's just see. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. From Dave is first place at 6-2, and the 10th team is, or let's see, the 8th team is 4-4. The 9th team is 4-4. So from 1 to 9 is 6-2 to 4-4. So pretty wild.
Good stuff.
Good leagues. All right, Jay. I'm wondering where you're going here.
I don't have anything that's really going well for me in fantasy. I was in first place for so long in both leagues, and my teams are spiraling out of control at this point.
Yes.
But I was gonna go with D Hop and it's perfect timing. Spooky season. He crawled his way out of the graveyard to finally do something. So that was gonna be mine.
Okay, fair enough. He's the fantasy football zombie, is what you're saying.
Basically, yeah.
Very fair. And also, by the way, crawling themselves out from the dead.
Hey there, little fella.
We'll have to see what's coming up with little fella soon. So my victory lap is something I took a gamble on and worked. And I'm proud of it because I picked him up in 2 very competitive leagues that I needed something, and that is picking up before this week Trey McBride. Zach Ertz going out, Trey McBride being a second-round pick of a tight end last year, and what did he score? 28 points or something like that.
Yeah, he had a big week
on my bench, of course, but that's fine because he's not on my bench now, probably. So, and I was a little upset first because in the one league I dropped Taysom Hill to pick up Trey McBride. Trey McBride ended up outscoring Taysom Hill, even though Taysom Hill had a big game, and I'm more comfortable with Trey McBride than Taysom Hill. So, moving forward. And plus, like I said,
hey there, little fella.
Making a comeback soon as well, too. So having Trey McBride in that situation could be beneficial. So I'm taking a victory lap on Trey McBride. So we'll
That's
see.
That's a good pickup. McBride is way more comfortable to me than Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is one of those guys where you just never know what you're going to get. He's either going to be the Swiss Army knife that puts up 40 or he's going to put up 2.
Yep, yeah, exactly. And
I agree.
And a minor victory lap of pickup, I know I did it, I know Dave did it, is Darrell Henderson. That guy has been off the couch 2+ 12, 14 fantasy point games off the couch. And I think Kyren Williams is still out 2 weeks, so you still might have a couple weeks.
Yeah, he doesn't come back until week 12.
And so he might have worked himself into a starting role too. So, or not a starting role, but a competitive role. So that's a nice little victory lap to look at too. And I know me and Dave both picked him up in separate leagues. So, all right, well, we flew through that. So let's go to...
Get dunked on, bro.
All right.